Welcome
Welcome.
to Poppy and Juice. I was gonna say Segoy Anime, but I was like,
No,
oh, wait.
that's our last channel. Poppy and Juice, bro.
Oh man, that was gonna be embarrassing, but
Dude, it's all good, bro. Nothing
I was
to
like,
be
it's
ashamed
been
of.
a while since I've had to do one of these, so that's why I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, man. Dude, we're switching off. We gotta,
Yeah,
switch
yeah.
off the hosting. So
Yeah, every now and then. And then we were thinking about throwing in some of our relatives that we know to see their opinions on stuff, or just to have fun with them.
Oh.
But eventually,
okay, sure.
once we can,
You mean like your sisters and stuff, or
yeah, somebody like that.
dude,
yeah,
as
just
like
to
a
see.
guest?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd
Because
be cool. Yeah.
We both know that we don't really watch that much shoujo manga
Oh no,
or
yeah.
anime in general.
I mean, shoujo's for girls, literally. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I'm like trying to think of the last shoujo anime I watched, and it was like Fruits Basket, the remake, which is actually pretty good.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really well done, especially since the original manga artist
Oh.
is actually backing up the anime.
Oh.
Like, she's actually putting in her own money into it just because she didn't like how it was originally done the first time.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah. So that started in 2018. I'm sure all the shoujo people are all about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah,
Very cool. So who are you, by the way?
I am Juice,
Sweet.
aka Jesus,
Yeah.
aka Pancho Panther.
There
If
you
you look
go.
me up online to play video games.
Pokemon Go and stuff.
Yep.
That's what's up. Yeah. And then
And you are?
I'm Poppy. That's what they call me in the streets. That's what they call me at home. And that's what they call me everywhere else. You know? Officially my name is Brian Polite, but that's boring. So but anyways, yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah. So, if you haven't read the description of the episode, so literally, today we're going to talk about the anime moments that made us cry.
Yes.
Now, we were going to shoot for like a top 5, but it was kind of hard to narrow it down. And, there were some shows where it was like the whole run were entire tear jerkers, so it's kind of hard to go back and forth with that kind of stuff. But we're gonna start off by just talking about those moments, I guess, and we'll see where we go from there.
So are we doing like a sort of top 3 sort of thing, or what do you think? What are you thinking?
You could do top 3, not necessarily in any order. If you want to do your top 3, go for it.
Okay. Well, how much do you have, like a certain amount that you're gonna talk about? What do
I
you
have
think?
a few,
You have a few.
but I'll narrow it down to a top 3 if that makes it easier for you.
Well, because that's the thing, because you told me to kind of think about it yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'll admit I was trying to, but I only came up with 2.
You only came up with 2.
But I haven't really thought about it, and so I kind of want to maybe see or hear your.
If you want, I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
On the first one, and then maybe
Because
it'll start keeping the
my
juices
number
going.
1 is for sure my number 1. Like, I will say that 100%. Like, it's my number 1, like 1,000 million times over. And if you watch this show and you watch that moment, you would agree with me. But we'll wait until that. We'll wait until that moment.
I was gonna throw a guess, but then I realized I'm probably wrong.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
I was like, wait a second.
But yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. Well, I'll start off with a pretty famous one. I would say it was actually the ending for Grave of the Fireflies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just say something.
Yeah, go for it.
So I started watching that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't end it though.
Yeah.
But I totally can see why that would make sense.
Yeah.
I have to watch it, and so I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but
So, if you want, I'll summarize the movie a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, spoiler alert. I mean, the movie came out like 40, 50 years ago, so get with the times. But
it's been a little while.
it's like, come on, guys. It's like, if you need a spoiler at this point, it's like, come on. All right, so Grave of the Fireflies is about a a young boy. He's about 12, 13, I think. And he,
You're right.
basically, it's during the World War II Japan, where, you know, the U.S. is doing their firebombing of the entire place. I'm pretty sure you remember that part. Yeah, and basically they're left as orphans, and he has to take care of his sister. Mm-hmm. Okay.
She's super cute, by the way.
Yeah, she's
you know?
adorable.
Yeah. Adorable is a better word, you know, because cute can be used in... Anyways.
Yeah, she's an adorable little child, okay? Mm-hmm. And it basically goes through his struggles of, you know, trying to take care of her, be able to survive himself, and, you know, just...
Because his parents are gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think his dad might be alive, but the probability is that he got killed in a Navy battle, but nobody has been able to report it.
And they were staying for a while with their aunt.
Who's a...
Dude, come on, dude.
I'm sorry. I'll bleep it out later.
Okay. God.
Sorry. I get really mad about that
You're
movie,
right.
okay?
No, don't get me wrong.
I'm
You're
sorry.
right. I just don't want
I know.
us to use such strong language sometimes.
Don't worry. I'll bleep it out. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, this guy. You're funny, bro. But you're right. You're right. You're right. You're 100% right. So anyways. This guy.
But basically, she's like, you know, making him sell some of his mom's old stuff, you know, because she doesn't believe in taking care of her own kin. She thinks it's like a chore more than anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's like your family, you know, it's wartime. You got to take care of each other, you know. She's like saying, you guys aren't doing anything. It's like, well, I would, but my job literally got bombed to crap last week.
Literally.
Quite literally. And you're saying your daughter's working, but she's just going to school.
Oh, man.
And she's not even in like college or anything. It's literally just like a middle school or something like that.
That's dumb.
So, and you know, it was just like one of those terrible situations where a lot of people are like, well, he should have just stayed with the aunt and whatever and stuck it through. But it's like, you know, Japanese culture is a little bit different about the honor system and whatnot.
Right,
and
yeah.
So he had to leave because that's just... And he took his sister with him because he's just like, yeah, my sister's going to starve to death if I leave her.
Dude, for
there.
real.
And unfortunately, at the end, well,
spoilers.
Well, spoiler alert, they both die.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's sad.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I think I did because it does.
The beginning of the movie,
right.
he dies.
Okay, yeah.
At the beginning of the movie,
that's
he dies.
Right, that's right.
But it's actually based off of a book, okay, that was written by the guy who went through a very similar situation.
Really?
Most of it was pretty accurate. Obviously, he survived.
Wow.
It's just that he did feel bad because he survived and his sister didn't.
Oh my gosh.
And
That's basically dying anyways, bro.
He's basically been living with that kind of guilt his whole life.
Oh my gosh, that is so sad, dude.
Where he's just like, man, I wish I could have done more, but there was nothing he could have done.
Oh my gosh, dude. That is sad as hell, bro.
Yeah, so that moment though, when it was like he like in the movie after his sister dies, he just kind of gives up on life. Mm-hmm. And you could just feel like that sort of pain that, you know, it's like, you know, he already lost everybody else in his life. You know, his dad's probably dead. His mom definitely is dead.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, bro.
And then his sister just passes away in front of him. It was just so brutal.
My gosh. I haven't been able to, I didn't watch that part, but I can only imagine.
Oh,
dude.
man.
I can only imagine.
I mean, you can watch it on Hulu, I think, still.
Yeah, it's on. I mean, that's where I was watching it.
Yeah.
This was a couple months ago. So, I mean, it should still be on there. But if you guys want to check it out, you know, it is a good movie. Like Yesu said, it is pretty old.
Hard.
Because
it's a hard watch.
It's
just
very,
FYI.
You know, especially since we're so spoiled today with all this, you know, action-packed anime. It's definitely a little harder to watch in that sense.
It's still done by a very good studio, Studio Ghibli.
Yes,
so,
when they were really good.
Yeah. Now they're kind of meh.
They've been pretty controversial lately, especially with the new kind of, you know, art animated stuff. But anyways, that's another topic.
That's a story for another time. We'll talk about it some other time.
Yeah.
But basically, I don't know. That one was that was a really, really hard one to watch. Not because the story wasn't good or anything.
Right.
It was just because it was just like it hurt different.
Yeah. No,
that
for
hurt
sure.
different.
Well,
man.
dude, just the setting itself is already depressing, you know?
Yeah.
And so you can just imagine it just stacks up from there, bro. So absolutely. I agree with you. I actually totally forgot about that movie. And now, I mean, I need to finish watching it, but still, I completely feel like you're right about putting it on this list. So
yeah. So that one was rough.
yeah, dude.
Like I watched it and I knew I needed to finish watching it, but it was like, oh man, it's sometimes you're like, yeah, that's why. Well, either way, that's a different topic for a different day.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at your notes and I'm looking at one death that I totally forgot about.
Dude, how did you forget that?
And I cannot believe I forgot about it.
I can't believe you forgot. Do you want to go with that one?
I mean, well, that's the thing. That would probably be my second.
That would probably be your second?
Because my third would not be that.
Oh,
but what number is that for you? What would you say?
Like fourth or fifth, I think.
Okay, so you go with it, and I'll just say it's my,
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll just go with it.
Okay. Let's just both say it at the same time.
Oh, well, hold on. You say it because I don't know if I'm looking at the right one.
You're looking at the third one, right?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. Kamina dies.
What?
I said the third one.
I was pointing at this one.
You pointed at that one. Okay, whatever.
That. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on.
Wait a second.
What you just said is my number one.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's your number one.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay, let's
go with this.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna set out.
I was like, man, we really I should have numbered these.
We both we both just said different things. I don't know if you've heard what we both said. So I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Jesus said Kamina's death, which I'm gonna talk about right now. But I was saying Ace's death from One Piece.
Yeah.
So this is why I think Kamina's death is my number one saddest moment.
Okay.
Because, first of all, just throwing it out. Now we're talking about a show, if you don't know, called Gurren Lagann, Tengen Toppa, something like that. Gurren Lagann. If I don't say the full name, George is gonna get pissed. So that's why I said it. Because anytime I would say just Gurren Lagann, he'd be like Tengen Toppa. I'm like, okay, chill, bro, chill.
Well, it was. But it's hard. Yeah.
It's marketed as Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
But anyways, dude, Kamina. Let me set the stage real quick. Kamina was the manliest man of all men. Okay, he was the broest of all bros. Okay, he was the epitome of just like what it means to be a man. And I'm not talking about a man where, ignorant and like that. I'm talking about a real man that knows how to move forward in the face of adversity no matter what. Kamina was everyone's big brother. He was the man, okay? 100%. Especially with Simon, his relationship was super heartwarming and touching, and also with Yoko when they finally started to actually be in love is when he flippin' dies, bro. Okay? This hit me so damn hard because you didn't expect it to happen. That's the thing. No one expected Kamina to actually die. It happens all the time in anime where you see a great character and they get really, really beat up, they get hurt, whatever, but they don't die. But Kamina actually dies. And it destroyed the viewer's heart and soul because we became part of the group of Gurren Lagann because of Kamina, bro. Kamina was the core of that group. He was the energy the life, the soul, and they ripped it out of us, bro. They ripped it out of the viewer. It was literally the saddest moment for me in all of anime, bro. Like, it hit hard. It hit hard, bro. And so that's why, for me personally, Kamina, well, and even in the show, dude, even in the show, have you watched it? I don't know.
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay.
It took me like 2 days.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
But even the whole show, up until the end, Kamina is always mentioned. He's always remembered. They have a statue of him.
I found it really hard for Simone because he always got compared to Kamina because he was
Especially
the
later. Later.
He was
you know?
like, no, he's no Kamina. It's like,
right.
Well, duh. Nobody's going to replace Kamina.
You can't.
Simone's literally doing his best that he can.
Yeah, and Simone, and honestly, props to Simone because he really grew up to be a really good, you know, like himself, obviously, but also kind of a good leader and a great leader. But Kamina is just, he was on his own level. He was just, there was no one like him. Kamina was just, it didn't matter who you were, you always ended up wanting to follow him because he's that much of an alpha. He's that much of a bro, that much of a man. Just, he was amazing, bro. And so for me, yeah.
Like, for me, I was like, when Kamina died, I was like shocked. I was like, wait, we're only halfway through the show. I was like, I thought he was gonna make it to the end. I was like, what the hell, dude?
And that's why it hit so hard too, because you're like,
he's
no.
like one of the main characters. It was like,
it was at a
what?
moment in the show too where they started to gain some power.
Yeah.
They started to gain some footing on the opposing forces.
Yeah.
And the freaking leader of the team had to basically just, I mean, he sacrificed himself. He literally, for the better good, you know? And oh my gosh, it was sad, bro. It hit hard, dude. It really hit hard.
That one is definitely one of the hardest ones I've ever had to.
Yeah.
It was
for
like,
real.
Dang, that one was.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, that one is.
So yeah. So that's why, you know, that's why he's my number one in terms of sadness of a death, because man, bro, it hurt. It hurt, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah. But yeah, dude. So, anyways. I could keep going but we'd be here for a while. So.
And there was a lot of other sad moments, I feel like, in Gurren Lagann.
Oh, yeah.
Not just that.
Yeah, dude, that
especially
show.
At the end where his wife dies, Simone's wife dies.
Oh, man. Yeah. She was a cutie, man. I forgot her name, but is it Luna, something like that? No, it's not Luna. It's like, something. She's a princess and she's a cutie, but yeah, she had to go. Yeah, but it was
just like, dude, it's like, what the? What
sad
is
show,
going on?
dude. Yeah, sad show. But it was so good. I think that's what makes it so good, though. You know, like, unfortunately, but it's a representation of life, dude. In life, some of the best people in the world, unfortunately, leave us. Yeah. You know, and you're kind of left behind to try and pick up what they've left behind to try and be something like they were. But anyways, that's a whole different topic on its own. So
all right. So, well, I'm not going in any particular order anymore.
No worries.
Okay, so let me tell you about One Piece.
Okay, are we gonna go there?
Yeah, we're gonna go there. Okay, we're gonna go there.
Go ahead, Jesus.
Okay, One Piece is right now considered one of the greatest anime/manga of all time, right?
Right now, it's been for a while, dude.
It's been like that for a while. Okay, so we can both agree on that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And when it finishes,
I mean, I see where you're coming with that. You know, with the renewal of like the animation and stuff with Wano. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, because the animation before Wano was like,
It wasn't that horrible, but
pretty bad.
It took a while to get better. Obviously, it's an older show.
It was like way different.
Right. No, it's completely different. But anyway, sorry, keep going.
But yeah, okay. So when I watch One Piece, it's been a really long story. I mean, it has 1,002, almost 1,003 chapters now.
Yeah.
In the manga alone, 960 something episodes of anime.
Yep. 960 exactly. Tomorrow will be 961.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, as of this recording.
As of this recording, good point. Yes, we are recording on, I don't even know the date. The 6th of February.
Yeah.
So, 2021.
Like, and because it's been going so long, it's been able to explore a lot of things.
Yes.
And a lot of it has to do with, your loved ones passing away. Mm-hmm. Like, there's been so many moments, I think, that One Piece that made me cry. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything from, like, Chopper when his dad passed away.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nami asking Luffy for help.
Right. Yep. Robin
as well. Dressrosa had many moments.
Oh my gosh,
of it.
dude!
Everything from Baby 5 to Senor Pink and the
Senor
princess.
Pink. Oh my god,
dude! Senor Pink. I'm like, what the hell? Even like,
now that's a man right there.
Why?
That's a man right there.
Why would you do that to us? But the moment that hit the hardest, for sure, was definitely when Ace died, and it's been 10 years, guys. Come on.
Yep.
And like, it had already been spoiled to me that he was gonna die. Obviously, because I had already, heard several rumors and all this other stuff.
Well, and especially because you got into One Piece way later than
than basically everybody else I know.
Yeah, and so.
And when you are watching it though, you really do think they're going to get away, because this is at the end of the war. You know, they're trying to. Luffy already escaped.
Yep,
they're teaming up. They're doing things together that they haven't done since they were little kids. Mm-hmm. And you're like, yeah, they're going to get out of there. Yeah. And then it's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, wait, oh no, this is happening. Mm-hmm. Holy crap. And yeah, did Ace make a mistake by going back and trying to defend Whitebeard's honor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. To some extent.
Right.
But it just shows a lot of his character that he's, because he's been hated his whole life by society, that he was willing to give up his own, or at least to, for what he loved.
Right.
For him, that was Whitebeard and the crew, Luffy, and all the people back at Syrup Village that he loved. Yeah. From Dodon, who's basically his mother figure.
Yep, absolutely.
And you could just feel Luffy's pain the moment he passed away.
Yeah.
And it's a fictional character, and you're like, this one hit hard.
Yep.
Like, when it happened, I just had to step away. I cried for like 15 minutes. I'm even tearing up right now, and I'm like,
yeah, man.
This one is like, it's kind of like the Common one, where it's like, he's that older brother you always wanted.
Yep, absolutely.
It's like, oh man,
dude,
you wish he didn't have to, but it did help Luffy become stronger to learn. It's like what's important to him, and I don't know if you got anything else, but
dude, I do, because you're right, bro. It's another example of what it means to really be a man, and it means and it's another example of, well, especially Ace with like, because even till now, even in the Wano arc, dude, we're still seeing his effect on the world. Like when they meet the little, what's her name, the little girl with the cheek fruit or whatever, she can like pull her cheek. I forgot her name.
I forgot her name too.
But
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty. If you watch One Piece, you know who I'm talking about. The little.
She has the.
She's purple haired. Yeah, the little cute girl. But she was waiting for. She wanted to marry Ace someday. When she wanted, Ace was gonna come back one day, and she was gonna marry him. And his legacy, bro, is powerful even till today in the world of One Piece. And honestly, if the internet was as prevalent as it is today, at that time when this initially happened, I can assure you the internet would have blown up. All of the social medias would have been crazy when he died, because dude, his death was a hard one too, bro. And it really, honestly, unfortunately, I feel like it might have had to happen, because for Luffy to really truly kind of progress and first of all, it helped him unlock his Conqueror's Haki. Like, obviously, maybe he was going to do it on his own later. And, knowing how talented he is, he obviously was. But this was something that kind of helped him step into the right, direction. And so, all like you were saying, although it was incredibly sad, but his legacy will never be forgotten. No. He's the son of Gold D. Roger, the original Pirate King. And so or I don't know if it's the first Pirate King, if he was the first, but basically he's the son of like literally the man that conquered everything. Yeah. So he was going to do great things, and he did do great things. And like you said, I think his going back to try and defend Whitebeard's honor was just a testament of who he really was. Although obviously the burden and the impact of what transpired afterwards was a hard hit for all of us, literally. It had to happen, and it did happen, unfortunately. But we and I say we because even you were just tearing up, but also all the anime fans that are truly One Piece fans for sure. They know that I feel like you learned stuff yourself from this, and especially watching Luffy's growth during this whole process, because we know it took Luffy quite a bit of time to somewhat recover from that. It was a really hard hit for him. And so, yeah, man. And that's one reason why I think One Piece is such a loyal fan base, because you really are growing with these characters. Like, these characters, you're going through so many, like you were saying, you were naming so many good moments of like Chopper and Nami and Robin. These characters, we're literally growing up with them. It's not just like, a sad moment happens here and a good moment happens there and a cool moment happens here and another sad moment. It's like legit growing up with these characters. Like, I don't know if you have friends that you grew up with, but when you grow up with specific people, in your life, you guys, although you don't talk as much as you do, you always have those memories. You always have that bond, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing. And that's just how it is, bro. That's just how it is. But anyways, I gotta stop talking. So
yeah. No, that's good. That's good. No, I think definitely. Without that moment, I think One Piece would be very different.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it was like a turning point.
Yeah.
And another person mentioned this, and he said that the first half of One Piece is about failure.
Oh, interesting.
That despite Luffy's best efforts, he did fail at saving his brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's because of that he was able to grow stronger.
Yeah.
A lot of times I do feel that, well, one of the lessons I've learned from One Piece is that the only thing that really, well, how do I word this? Failure is it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. Failure is unavoidable. But it's what we take from those failures that help us grow to be better people.
Absolutely.
We can either take it to make ourselves a better person, or to, not and make it, hold a grudge against that failure.
Yeah.
And towards other people. But obviously that would be the wrong step to take. But a lot of times we do take those steps in life. And that's just, one of the lessons that I learned from One Piece is that, we're going to fail a lot in life. And it's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But we can take it either learning from it and growing from it so we can avoid those situations in the future, or at least try to mitigate them, or, become a person like one of the villains in the One Piece.
Yeah.
But that's I think we're gonna move on from that.
Just to quickly add, just super quick.
Go for it.
I think in today's world, people that are truly successful, and I'm not talking about financially, I'm not talking about like even physically, or whatever. But people that are truly successful, I think, are the people that are mentally stable.
Yeah.
People that basically realize what you just said, like we need to accept failures in life. And if you want to truly grow from your failures, the first step is accepting the truth, is accepting that it happened, is accepting death, is accepting, you lost this or that or whatever it is accepting it. A lot of people, even in anime or in the world, they start growing really, I don't want to say immature, but they start having a lot of spite and anger and frustration towards things in life because they don't know how to accept the truth. They live in basically in a way where they don't want to accept the truth, and they're trying to redeem, have it like it used to be or this or that by trying to get revenge and this and that. And, we see that being the kind of like the genesis of a lot of the bad, the evil characters in anime, where they just don't accept the truth. It might be a little bit profound or kind of too much depth what I'm trying to say, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, hopefully you do. But I think the first step is accepting, which, it took Luffy a while, but now we see the fruits of that. I mean, he's super powerful. And in life itself, dude, that's how we see it. The moment we can accept something and grow from those failures, and, that's when we become better. That's when we become better at what we're doing, what we want to do, more stable mentally, emotionally, everything starts building up from that. So anyways, yes, great topic, my friend.
All right. So do you want to take the next one?
You got some good ones written down, bro. Okay, I will say the other one I had written down.
Okay, what else did you have?
Okay, so they're both from Naruto.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm confused now.
You got it.
Well, maybe I missed it.
Okay, so the first one, the one I would say is they're both pretty equally sad.
Okay.
But the first one is when Jiraiya dies.
Oh, I didn't make it that far.
Oh, what? You didn't finish Naruto?
Not Shippuden.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I made it through all of original Naruto, but not Shippuden.
Interesting, I didn't know that. Well, Jiraiya...
I was having a hard time with Shippuden.
Edo Sensei, as Naruto calls him, Edo Sensei, our boy Jiraiya, okay, basically one of the three Sannin, unfortunately gets killed by one of his former students, Pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Super sad, bro. It was pretty gruesome too. It was a gruesome death, but his death really had a huge impact in the whole world of ninja. And so that was pretty sad. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it.
Wasn't Jiraiya one of the strongest ninja at the time?
He was one of the three Sannin. Sannin was a title given to them by, I forgot the salamander guy's name, but he was one of the three. He was really strong. Yeah, like we'll put it that
people
way.
said that I think the writer of Naruto said that if Itachi and him fought, they would both end up killing each other. Yeah, well,
because he with his toad jutsu, his sage jutsu, it's a good combat against Sharingan and the Genjutsu. So.
Oh, okay.
But but him, he was just really good at what he did.
He's literally one of the few people who helped out Naruto the most.
Oh yeah, dude, he was his other father figure that he was,
because it was basically Iruka Sensei and
that it started out with Iruka Sensei and
Jiraiya. That's it.
And Kakashi never really made it to be, or Yamato, the wood guy that would had Hashiram's cells or whatever. Anyways, but Iruka and Jiraiya were definitely his basically his gay dads. Yeah. So, but one of them died. Yeah. But dude, that was sad, bro. That was a sad moment. But then the other one, which you probably also didn't really experience, was Itachi, bro. Itachi. And the biggest reason why Itachi was so sad was because This is when Sasuke is finally learning the truth of Itachi, bro. He's learning this whole time. His whole motivation, Sasuke's whole motivation to get stronger was to kill his brother.
Yeah.
Literally. He wanted to murder his brother because his brother murdered his whole family.
The entire clan.
Not just the family, but the clan. That's like basically having like your whole city die. I don't know how to explain it, but your whole generation of blood was eradicated by your older brother. Why? We find out later, but we find out Itachi's actually the good guy here.
Yeah.
And so that's why his death is so sad, because literally it was after, you know, he finds out that Itachi was actually a good guy, and he actually gets it confirmed even more afterwards by the Hokages later on. That it is the truth. And so, and Itachi, honestly, the way he died was really, it was just cool. You know, it was just cool,
because
bro.
he basically let
gave him
Sasuke kill him, right?
Basically, he did, but he also gave him Amaterasu. He touched him in his forehead like he always did, and he gave him basically one of his like powers that he had, that Itachi had, and because of that, Sasuke literally leveled up like a ton, because it's a really strong attack. But yeah, man, I mean, Itachi was so cool too. Even since day one, everyone loved Itachi, and eventually we grew to love him more because of, again, he was carrying such a hard burden, dude.
Yeah.
And he was seen in society, like you were saying earlier, as the bad guy, when in reality he was the best guy.
Yeah.
The best, literally.
Yeah.
So, but that's how it is, man. Freaking, that's how it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, So anyways, I'll go with that. You can go with another one. You got a good list here now that I'm looking at it. So.
Man. I don't know which one to go with next, so I'll just go with the one at the bottom of the list.
Sure.
Okay. So I think now, and I could be wrong, you know, I think My Hero Academia's strongest moment was when Deku was fighting the muscular man.
Okay. The low tier All Might.
Yeah, low tier All Might. Because even though I do feel like My Hero Academia's character growth for him has not been very well lately, especially
with Deku?
in the manga. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With Deku, it hasn't been very good.
Okay. They're probably focusing on other heroes and stuff, right?
Yeah. So, you know, they're focusing on the side characters. So I'm like, well, you know, he needs some growth here right now, but, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think this is when My Hero Academia peaked, is when his fight with Muscular.
Okay.
Because he really thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
He was like,
we all thought he was going to die.
We were like, oh.
We were pretty convinced.
We were like, oh, he's going to die. It was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
And he literally almost killed our boy, dude.
Yeah, because it was like for him, he's like, you know, I'm pushing out like at a really high percentage, and this guy's like tanking all my shots.
Yeah.
Even him trying to go at like 100%, it was like not working out for him.
Yeah.
It wasn't until, you know, he had an opening where it was just like, where the little kid he's trying to save basically saves him by distracting the guy for just a brief moment, that he was able to, you know, overtake the situation. And basically, you know, he says, I'm going 1,000,000% here,
which was super controversial, by the way.
It's not 1,000,000%.
No, right. It's
just a hype.
The writer did clarify that, but everyone was like, "Wait, what? 1,000,000? What?"
No. Obviously, he's just doing it to pump himself up.
Right.
Beyond plus ultra style.
Yeah, he's going beyond the beyond, bro.
Yeah, I think this is when My Hero Academia peaked, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay.
Obviously,
in terms of Deku's development, or
in terms of Deku's development,
okay,
since he is the main character,
right, yeah,
for most of the story. Because obviously, there's some great moments with Endeavor,
yeah,
and All Might
absolutely.
later down,
Absolutely.
and even with Todoroki and Bakugo and a bunch of other characters,
yeah,
that have good moments. But I think in terms of Midoriya's, growth, that this is it.
right. I mean, yeah, I think you're right in terms of like, as of now, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Just because, like, I have been reading the manga, obviously.
We know.
And I don't know. I just haven't felt that there's been a moment for him like that since.
I think you're right.
Even fighting Bakugo, even
Which was
going
dope.
in and fighting other people that I won't mention at this time.
Thank you.
It just hasn't felt the same.
Right.
There hasn't been a moment like this where I was just like, I was tearing up on this moment and thinking, wow, he's overcoming all these problems that he's going through right now. But now it just feels like there's, I don't know, like not as much of that growth there.
Yeah.
That there was before.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I agree. And honestly, I was at that moment, I was honestly terrified that, because he was talking about how he's probably never going to recover from this physically.
No.
So
probably not.
We were like, oh my, dude. I was like, dude, if he keeps going, dude, it's how he's done.
Yeah.
It's over. Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man. But man, the story did a really good job to kind of turn that around somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
In a couple different ways. But anyways, we won't talk. We don't have to talk about that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I agree. That's a good moment. I like it.
Yep.
And let me bring up this next one.
Okay, go for it.
And we can talk about it because because
Okay, go for it.
I agree. This movie that you have written down here, Jesus,
Oh yeah.
is a banger.
It's amazing.
It's a banger, bro.
In my opinion, it's actually one of the best anime films ever.
I agree.
If not the best.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The movie is A Silent Voice. Okay. A Silent Voice. Sorry, my voice kind of... Let me drink some water and you talk a little bit.
Oh, man. Where do we even start? This one's hard.
Okay, let me start for you.
Okay.
So, that was a good bit of water. First of all, this movie's on Netflix, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Do I recommend watching this movie?
Absolutely.
1,000,000,000%, dude. Okay? If you want to cry every 10 minutes, this is the movie for you, dude. All right? But also, be careful because it's pretty dark. I mean, not necessarily dark in the sense of like gruesome.
Yeah.
But this movie tackles a lot of mental issues, which and physical like issues. You know, basically the two main characters. One of them, he is suicidal. I forgot his name. Our main boy. At first, he's just the biggest jerk.
He's a little
poop.
Yes. So I was going to say
he's a little turd. Okay.
Yeah.
And eventually, because of that, though, because of how heavily he was bullying this cute little deaf girl, okay, he became suicidal. And obviously, this cute little deaf girl eventually still is deaf. But, it's a great movie in terms of everything to show off, to really try and portray these characters' like points of view. First, from being deaf from this girl, and then also from being suicidal from this guy. And really, it's so beautiful the way that they grow. It's a masterfully well-written story with the characters, with the plot. The animation is gorgeous. The side cast as well are just so good. And and hilarious. The little green guy is my favorite. But
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of, is there a specific moment that you feel is the saddest? Now that I'm saying it, I know which one it is.
For me,
What's for you?
I've watched this movie a couple times now.
Same.
Most recently was, I'd say, about a month or two ago, I want to say.
Nice. Great movie,
So
man.
I would say that the saddest moment is when he's realizing that at some point it wasn't necessary, it was definitely during the fireworks, the little festival that they're going on.
Yep.
That I think he realized a large part of, the girl's name is Shoko's problems
cool.
is that
Yeah.
he might have actually pushed her to it too.
Yeah.
From way back in the past when they were a lot younger. Mm-hmm. For him, he's like, he obviously doesn't want her to die
Absolutely don't. Yeah.
because, he's trying to be a good person. He's trying to forgive
Trying
himself.
to redeem himself. That was the whole point of
Yeah.
him even trying to end
the whole
his
movie
life.
is
in the
literally
beginning.
about him trying to forgive himself and trying to find, forgiveness for the actions that he did. Because he messed up pretty bad.
He messed up, dude. He was such a jerk, bro.
And during that moment when he's saving her life, he slips and falls. A lot of people think he's going to die.
Yeah.
And even poor little Shoko is, shooken up.
Shooketh to all hell, dude.
Even Shoko's mom, who literally hated his guts,
Absolutely hated him.
was trying to,
For good reason.
yes, she was,
I mean,
not
she
gonna
cost
lie,
him-
if my parent, or if that was my kid who was getting bullied like that, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I would do.
I would
kick
probably
him.
I
Yeah.
would drop kick him.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, because of how bad he was doing these
man.
things.
Timmy, you better be good, Bo.
Yeah. If my kid did something like this, oh my gosh.
Dude, I'd be so ashamed. But
Yeah.
anyways.
I would just, I don't even know what I would do, but let's just say, yeah. So, and it changes a lot of people's perspective about him, little by little. And for some, I think the one person who saw him as he was, though, was definitely his best friend.
Yeah.
The little green guy.
Yeah. Broccoli head.
Broccoli head.
I don't remember his name. Yep.
But, it was good to see, he did go through a hard time. And
Yeah.
a lot of the abuse that he got was well-deserved.
Yeah.
To a point.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those moments where it was like, oh no, I hope he doesn't. It was just hard to watch because it's he's trying to do his best. He's at a point where he's pretty close to what he needs to do. But, I think that moment helped other people forgive him, like Shoko's mom, and for him and for her to see that suicide is not the answer either.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That, there's always people going to be around you that are going to love you. And despite whatever things might be going on in your life, there's always somebody who's willing to be there to listen to you. You just got to be able to, put your ear to the ground and listen for it.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I think that the saddest moment for me was basically the same thing, but just a little before when you're talking about.
Yeah.
When first of all, he realizes what she's about to do, but then he actually witnesses what she's about to do. And in that moment, the movie does such a good job to illustrate literally the feeling that you would be feeling if you saw what he was looking at.
Yeah.
Which was her standing on her balcony about to jump off. And you could feel what he felt. He was frozen, and then at the same time, he just started to run. He didn't care what was in his way. He literally tripped. He did not care what was in his way. He needed to stop her. And thank God he did. Obviously, it caused a whole mess of stuff to happen, but thank God he did, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude. And I will say, just to throw it out there, like Jesus was saying, I absolutely agree suicide is not the answer, because what I think is the issue is you yourself don't notice how much of an impact you're going to leave behind with doing it, you know? Like, for example, in this movie specifically illustrates his mother. It's his mother, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was saving up money. He was trying to be good and pay everything back to his mom and stuff. But unfortunately, you know, his mom obviously gets pissed about it. But I think it's a good testament as to what the power of life itself brings. I mean, you just saw, if he would have suicided himself, I mean, you could say that movie would have ended right then and there. But he was able to bring light and life into so many people's lives, which literally the movie illustrates, because he learned why he should not have to do it. And he didn't learn at the moment. He was literally interrupted to not take his own life. But he literally afterwards, at the end of the movie, when he's bawling at the fair, is when he realizes why it's important to live.
Yeah.
And the energy and the life and the light that he was able to share with so many people. And the energy and the light that he was able to bring into those people's lives. If he would have killed himself, that never would have happened.
No.
None of that. And so I think it's a huge testament as to why it's so important to maybe you don't know what's going on at the moment. Maybe you don't know and you don't think that you're going to be worth it eventually. But I could promise you will be. And so, anyways, that's why I think this movie was amazing and is still amazing.
Yeah. And like as part of like a social, I guess, thought, it's you know, it's real. I think the movie was also important because, you know, Japan has one of the highest suicide rates in the entire world.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it also hits a little bit different, I guess, for maybe me and Brian, maybe more than in other places.
Right.
Because the state we live in, which is called Utah, has the highest suicide rate out of any state.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, because like I remember a school down the road literally had 8 suicides in 1 year.
That is very sad.
And that they, you know, they had to basically move a lot of staff around just to find people that would be able to support those kids because, you know, it's, you know, that's the thing about suicide. It's that it's just not, it's like, it doesn't just affect you. It affects those around you. And I remember when one of my friends also died from suicide. You know, a lot of people were saying these other crazy things, but those of us who knew him really well knew that he'd been living in pain basically his whole life. And, you know, I can't really hold it against him, but I wish he hadn't because, you know, there's a lot of us who really would like to talk to him again. Because he was a good guy. Helped us out with a lot of things. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's powerful. It's a powerful conversation. And it's a powerful topic for sure. But yeah, man. That's how it is. Yep. That's how it is, bro.
Okay. So, oh man, this is a really hard podcast to do.
Honestly, I could probably keep going for a while.
Yeah,
I've got a lot to say. I have a lot to say about suicide too that I want to keep saying, but I probably should stop now or else I would not shut up. So, but anyways, yeah, man, what do you think? Should we keep moving?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay.
So I have one left.
Okay, yeah, you go with that one.
And
because I basically I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Okay.
I literally have said everything I wanted to say, basically.
Okay.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, we're good.
We're good? Okay,
yeah, we're
cool.
good. Yeah. Yep. So this last one is one that I keep telling Brian to watch.
Yes.
One day we'll get him.
Well, you'll get me.
Eventually.
You'll get me.
When
yeah.
he's in a sad place and he wants to feel sad.
Oh, well, okay, we'll see
maybe,
about that.
Maybe not. Either way, it's one of my favorites that has a very nice story and beautiful, gorgeous animation.
Yes, that I will say. Yeah.
One of the, one of my favorites of the year that at that time.
What year is this?
I think it was 2018.
Okay.
Early 2018, I want to say. And it's actually one of the moment in Violet Evergarden, the anime, okay?
Which is on Netflix, by the way.
Yes, Netflix.
Y'all want to check it out?
Yeah. Kyoto Animation, who also did a silent voice.
Oh! Well, that explains why the graphics, I'm talking video games, the animation was so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Goodness.
They're a fantastic studio. And they honestly need a lot of support because they were attacked back in 2019. So buy their merch, guys.
Yeesh.
We're not sponsored by them at all, but they did have a really rough situation where a lot of their staff died in a fire.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. That is
So go support them because
they need it, man.
Yeah, they need it.
Wow.
Their whole building is unusable now.
Oh man, that is sad, bro.
And I'm surprised that they're still in business, to be honest, because it's rough.
That is rough, dude. Recovering from that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, so, and I do appreciate this because, I feel sad that I'm never going to be able to. There's some people who worked on this who passed away I'm never going to be able to, and maybe I'll never be able to talk to the people who made any of these. But the fact that we've lost the opportunity to thank some of the people who worked on Violet Evergarden is, another sad moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
But let me dive into this.
Yes.
So, it's another show that has basically is tearjerker after tearjerker episode, okay? But it takes a very episodic approach to every single situation where the story is all tied together, but every episode it deals with a different situation. And in this one that I'm going to talk about, it's about so Violet Evergarden at this point has become, if you don't know her story, spoilers. Once again, she is basically a young lady who's trying to figure out what the word or what the phrase "I love you" means. What does "I love you" mean? And because, it's something that somebody close to her had, who passed away, or at least that she believes passed away, said to her. And basically the whole story is about her trying to figure out, what does this mean? And
deep.
One of the situations she runs into is that there's a screenwriter. He writes a lot of plays, okay? I don't remember his exact name, but he's having a trouble finishing up the story, so he decides to hire a typewriter, or in the story they call them auto memory dolls, somebody who writes letters for you or
interesting
stuff like that.
Okay.
And she's one of them. Oh. And so she gets hired on to, go and help the man finish up the screenplay because, because he's a very famous writer and whatnot. And at this point, he's a very depressed man. He's drinking a lot in order to dull the pain. Like in a lot of situations, he's like a lot of people in his situation. Basically, he had lost his wife many years ago. But he'd had a daughter who was very dear to him. And that, he just, absolutely adored. It was his whole world. And for him, he didn't really want to do screenplays anymore or anything like that once his daughter passed away. And Violet's trying to help him, maybe try to get through it because...
Yeah, motivate him and stuff.
Yeah, motivate him. And one of the things he talks about is that, you could see they live next to a lake, okay? And there were these leaves that they were so gently placed on the water that he said, or she told, that his daughter told him, it's like, oh, it looks like you could almost run across them if you ran fast enough. You could cross the lake like that.
Cute.
And, you know, it's a very sweet moment. And, you know, eventually his daughter does pass away due to illness and a bunch of other things. And he's, you know, basically a heartbroken man. He's a broken man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Violet helps him understand that even though, you know, he did lose somebody important to him, when she runs across the lake, it allowed him to, you know, briefly see her for an instant. How, you know, how he would have liked to have seen her.
Yeah.
And, you know, it obviously brought him to tears. It brought me and my sister to tears who were watching it at the time.
Yeah.
That, you know, there's still a lot of life left. The way people live on is through the memories we hold of them. Whether it be through, you know, the history books that we have, journals, these videos that we are making at this moment. And, you know, he realized he still had those memories and that he could, you know, recover from this depression, I guess. And yeah, even though, you know, it was just a very
heartwarming
moment. Where, yes, the animation did help the moment a lot.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Where it was just so beautifully done by the studio and all the people who worked on it. And yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those moments that I remember where it's like, you know, and like a lot of these moments have to do with death that we have been sharing. But I guess what we're trying to get at is that life is beautiful.
Yes. Absolutely.
And that, yeah, the hardships are going to come with it. And that's just how life is. But it's up to us to make it better for ourselves. Either way, I think that's all I got to say on the matter.
I think, at least to piggyback off of what you're just saying, I think you're right, because yeah, man, I mean, we don't realize it, but we need other people.
Yeah.
We need other people in our lives. And the immediate sort of like instinct we have when something bad happens is that we just don't want to talk to anyone. We don't want to be around anyone. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to see anything. But that's the exact opposite. And obviously, I'm not saying that mourning you shouldn't mourn, because that's very ignorant of me to say. You know, everyone has incredibly difficult moments, some more than others, that they go through. And so mourning is needed. It's kind of like the movie, what's it called? It's a Pixar movie, Inside Out. You watched that movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, that's a great movie. But it's got a good message about this. We need all our emotions. We need happiness, sadness, frustration, you know, fear, all of this. And we have all of this. And we shouldn't shun those feelings. But we need to just try and realize that we ourselves as humans need other people to be able to be happy, really. I mean, if you really think about it, the happiest moments in our lives is always with somebody else. In any sort of sense of the word, you realize your happy moments, really not just happy, but true joy is always shared with another person or being, you know? It could even be an animal. It could be your dog, you know, it could be your mother, it could be your siblings, it could be your son, your daughter, your loved one, or, you know, your spouse, whatever it is. But anyways, so So yeah, I agree with you, bro. I'm gonna stop talking though.
Yeah.
Because I talk a lot, as we know. But
it's okay.
Before we end though, because that's it.
Yeah, that's
it right there.
I
Boom.
was gonna ask some follow-up questions, but I feel like we answered all of them.
I think we did a good freaking job. Let me just say.
Yeah, we definitely.
I mean, we
definitely
can if you want to.
No. I looked at the questions. I'm like, yeah, we covered it all.
But we could do just a quick.
Do you rewatch any of these moments?
What's that?
Do you rewatch any of these moments?
Rewatch? No.
No.
You?
Sometimes.
Hey, there
Well,
you go.
Silent Voice is one.
Well, I mean, I'll watch the movie again, but not like the moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Why don't we just quickly kind of say what we've been doing, though? I mean,
Okay.
I always kind of like that segment just to kind of let everyone know.
After. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You want to go first?
Sure, I can.
Okay.
So, I mean, if people have been following us, they know that we have started doing a lot of review snacks, as you can see, on TikTok especially, and I've been uploading them on YouTube. Jesus is going to start doing a little bit too with review snacks, but manga version.
Yeah.
Right? And so we're going to start that as well, because I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of seeing my face. But anyways... So yeah, I've been watching a lot, dude. I've been keeping up with a lot of anime, more than I usually have, which has been nice. But Jujutsu Kaisen, which is amazing, Jujutsu no Kagebonu Jutsu / Jujutsu no Naruto, Jujutsu no Kakashi, whatever you want to call it, it's pretty damn good. So I like it. And then obviously Dragon Quest Dai, we got One Piece, we got. The only one I'm not keeping up with, Attack on Titan. The only one I'm not keeping up with is Black Clover. So I can't say I'm keeping up with that right now, but we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier that technically Black Clover is gonna end.
It's gonna die.
Kind of.
It'll probably be reborn someday.
Anime is gonna end at the moment.
Yeah.
Mostly because, well, they're kind of too close to the source material.
They should have done. It sucks in a fan's point of view, in a consumer's point of view, but they should have done what Demon Slayer's doing.
Seasons
Demon
and then a
Slayer,
movie in between.
Yeah, that is smart. You're capitalizing on the story, but also on making money.
Yeah, and the problem is that the studio that I guess makes them or makes Black Clover, Studio Pierrot, or I think that's how you pronounce it.
I believe it.
They're famous for doing long-running anime.
Oh.
And no movies.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Well, I guess they did do movies, but not as many.
Well, they should have gotten a consultant.
Yeah. The problem is that, well, a lot of Japanese culture is like, they like to make money, okay?
Right. Who doesn't?
Everybody loves to make money. The problem is they don't like making money ways they don't know how to.
Okay, well, they don't like to learn.
Like Nintendo. Think about it that way.
Yeah, okay.
They really
they're
only
stuck
rely
in their
off
ways.
Of like
they're stuck in their ways.
5 IPs,
yeah,
and that's about it.
Yeah, they're stuck in their ways.
Because all they do is make Zelda, Mario games, and then maybe a Smash Bros. Every now and then.
And then sell a crap ton of merch.
Yeah. Basically, that's all that Nintendo does. That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I didn't really think about that, but that makes sense. But anyways, that, and then
I hope they revive movies. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's basically it. I mean, and also we got that time I reincarnated as a slime, which is really fun. Love that show, dude. It's so freaking fun. And then just a bunch of, really, I think that's about it. A bunch of that stuff. So just keeping up with it. If you want to keep up with every episode that I'm watching, I review every episode of those anime, basically, literally every week. So stay tuned on.
They're short.
Stay tuned on YouTube and TikTok, whatever you want to follow us on. So anyways.
Even Instagram if you want to.
Yeah. And if you're watching this in audio, I unfortunately don't put them up on just an audio version, but that's why if you want to watch them, you got them on YouTube, you got them on TikTok, even Facebook. So got a couple different areas. And Yasusa is going to be doing the same thing pretty soon with different mangas.
Yeah, but because some mangas have not gotten an anime adaptation yet.
Yes.
So I'm going to cover those ones.
Dope.
Or at least, and maybe a couple others.
Can't wait.
That do have an adaptation, but they're kind of slow on the uptake.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, for sure.
Either
but yeah,
way,
man, what about you, bro?
Okay, so everything we talked about last time, I'm still on, which was like, One Piece and
One Piece, yeah.
Kaisen and
cool.
Black Clover a little bit. Not as much. I kind of...
And you're talking about watching or are you talking about reading?
Okay. Reading.
Oh, okay, cool.
I do both.
Cool.
Mostly because I like to compare the manga to the anime.
Plus, you have more time than I do.
Only on the weekends now.
Well, you still, during the week, bro, you still have more time than I do.
Do I?
Yeah.
I guess so. That's
I have
true.
to take care of a kid, bro.
That's true. Kid takes up a lot of time.
All the time.
Okay. But yeah, so I've been reading that. I made a very terrible mistake, though. I read a really bad manga, and I regret every moment of it.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
It's called Redo of a Healer. I was like, oh yeah, that one looks like...
Sounds fun.
It's not. Don't watch it. Basically, it's like some sort of revenge fantasy. I was like, holy
Shnikes.
Yeah, it was just like, it was like, imagine Shield Hero, okay?
Okay.
But they take out all the wholesome parts.
Oh, well.
Okay? And then put in even more R-rated moments.
Oh. Are we talking R-rated? We're talking gruesome? Or are we talking like sexual stuff? Or are we talking, what are we talking about?
All of the above.
Okay, so it's all R-rated everything. So we're talking more M stuff.
More like NR.
Okay,
it's that bad. I was like, this was the worst mistake I've made reading a manga in my entire life.
Okay, well, there you go.
And I was just like, do not watch this. Do not read this.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Well, let's see what else. I did start watching Heaven's Design Team.
Cool.
It's kind of like...
That sounds funny.
Yeah.
I can already imagine somewhat like what it is.
Like, it was like, all right, so God was like making all the animals, okay?
Okay.
After he created the earth, and now he's like, this is kind of getting tiresome to make all these animals.
Okay.
So he outsourced
you told me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, he outsourced it to a team of angels.
Dope.
He's like, every now and then he puts in a request for an animal, and he's like, see if you can make this work.
That's such a funny idea. I love it.
It was like, and a lot of the times the angels are like, that's not gonna work. How would you even think of that? And yeah, it gets pretty interesting and funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like why you can't have an animal be a certain size, or it talks about things like that.
That's funny.
Because it'll like pass out because it's either because its heart's not big enough.
Oh yeah. Not
or
enough blood pumping.
Or like, oh, it's too big, so it's overheating too quickly.
Overheating. Okay.
It's too big, so it overheats because more mass equals more heat.
That's true. Interesting.
So it was just a bunch of funny moments where like the angels are like, yeah, this is gonna work. Why you can't have a Pegasus?
That's
or
funny.
a unicorn.
Interesting.
Why it's basically impossible is like.
And
yeah,
is this a manga? I just got
anime.
the chills. It's an anime.
Yeah, you can watch it on Crunchyroll.
Okay, cool.
Verve.
Sounds funny, dude.
So it's pretty fun. It's nothing special, but it's pretty fun.
Oh, I will say real quick, which you'll be proud of me, but I'm slowly getting into JoJo's again.
Oh, that's fun.
But I've been watching it on Netflix.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I can see that.
So.
Yeah, that is more convenient.
Yeah, but anyways.
Yeah, but once you get towards the end, start watching the openings again.
Okay, sounds good.
Like
I remember you talking to me
3
about
or 4
it.
episodes.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
I like it.
Let me see. And then I was also watching a show called, well, I haven't watched as much of it lately. It's called Baka and Test.
Whoa.
So it literally means idiot and test.
Oh yeah, Baka. Come on,
Yeah.
we know that word. Bacaro.
It's pretty funny. It's an older one. It's not very well animated. I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
but it's pretty funny because it's just so terrible. Like the story's all right. It's basically about a guy who's like, he's an idiot, and
There you go.
you know they put you in different classes based on your test scores and whatnot.
Okay.
And but the quality of your classroom also depends on how well you did on the test. Okay. So the bottom class basically gets nothing, while the top class gets like iPads and
Oh
like
my
super
gosh,
fancy
of course.
desks and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
hilarious.
here's the thing is though, is that you can fight the other classes to get
Okay, I see where this is going.
their stuff.
That's funny. I like that a lot.
Okay. But the problem is that your test scores reflect the strength of your character, or like your
Okay.
that you use in order to fight these
Yeah.
battles.
Yeah.
So obviously it's really hard for the dumb kids to get new stuff
But they could be ridiculously powerful.
if they like passed out during a test.
Oh
So they
my
have
gosh.
one super overpowered character on their team, and they're like, how did you end up in this class? It's like, oh, I got sick during the test. So
That's funny,
it was
bro.
pretty funny. Yeah, so it's got some pretty funny moments.
Huh.
Like I said, not very well animated, but it's still pretty great.
Okay. Good to
And,
know.
it's a bit older. It's on Hulu. The last time I saw it,
Nice.
and that's where I'm watching it at least.
Dope.
And yeah, I think trying to think of anything else. Well, and no, I think that's about it. That's new.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Anything
man.
else?
I think that's it for me, honestly.
Yeah,
I'd say
me
it's a
too.
good episode.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys follow us on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on YouTube, or if you're listening to us on a podcast, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm. Anchor.
We greatly appreciate you guys listening,
Yes.
because the more people that listen and watch and do all this stuff, the more often we're going to be able to make these,
Absolutely.
because then we can actually justify it to our loved ones.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Either way, talk to you guys later, and yeah, peace from Juice.
Peace from Poppy. Thank you, guys. Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.